Hey everybody, welcome back to our Redhawks Dynasty. This is the matchup we've been waiting for. Miami, Ohio versus Miami, Florida. Which Miami will reign supreme? I'm almost guaranteeing it's going to be Miami, Florida. But Andre Johnson of the Miami Redhawks, not of the Hurricanes, is playing today for us. And he says that he thinks we have a shot to at least keep it somewhat close in this game against the Hurricanes. I think most of the fan base over here thinks he is absolutely crazy for that statement, but that was one of the statements said a little bit earlier on this morning to kind of get a little bit of a rally from our boys to see, can we get some sort of motivation, some sort of morale? Can we get it going so we can have a good game against them? We have a lot of people we're going to have to fight against. We're going to have to play against Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo, along with Damian Martinez. That offense is completely loaded, not including the defense of pass rush between Ruben Bain and Tyler Barron. We are going to be running for our lives with Mr. Brett Gabbert. He is going to be running around trying to avoid taking a ton of damage, and we will see what happens. But this will be our first game of the season in year one. But Miami is up to an 86 overall, ranked number 23 in the country, compared to us sitting down here at a 77 overall. This one might get ugly. But we are going to be traveling to Florida to play against the Miami Hurricanes here at Hard Rock Stadium. This is going to be a terrible environment. I feel like I am going to have my controller shaking the entire game, but we are underway here in Florida, the season opener of the first season for Miami, Ohio. Brett Gabbert ends up actually being the brother of Blaine Gabbert, who's a quarterback in the NFL currently. Kind of a unique fact to learn here is we're going to kind of see what we have going on the run game. We've got Keon Mozzie. Keon Mozzie really couldn't get too much going there. Let's see if we can try to motion somebody over and see if a snap motion gets him a little bit better, as he's going to reverse upfield, and he doesn't get the first. Not really sure about how he doesn't get the first there, but instead we'll just be under some serious pressure. Try to just throw a quick drag, and we are going to have to punt the ball immediately. That was insane pressure from their guys. D-end's really eating there. We'll see if we can try to angle this kick out of bounds at the 19. Let's go. So now we got to go up against Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo in this Hurricane offense. There's definitely one thing I am not looking forward to. Again, we do have a play call limit, so we're only able to... Oh, no. And that is going to be a huge gain over the middle to the 45, or just about, to Elijah Arroyo. That is a big man running real quick over there. That is going to be a hard guy to stop. And going to run it to Damian, who doesn't get much. More or less kind of getting back to the line of scrimmage. We might actually end up changing this play a little bit. Don't like where we were, but 3rd and inches. Great tackle underneath. Number 24, Michael Yarbrough. Our slot corner made a great play on that one. We're going to try to send some pressure here. We are going to shoot the gap effectively, and they are not going to get the first. Excellent tackle on Damian Martinez, bringing him down and forcing a punt situation. So we are going to survive and get the ball back. All right, well, we definitely didn't have enough time to throw the ball at all. So let's try to go back to the ground game. Can we get something going here? Keon Mozzie, he looks fast. Keon actually had 1,000 yards rushing in the previous season before we took over as head coach, as that is incomplete over the middle. Thought that we could just get it off quick, but instead Miami's defense says absolutely not. And he is going to go down for the sack. There wasn't enough time. Tyler Barron, leading our hopes and dreams, Barron, on that one as he comes up with the sack on Brett Gabbert, forcing yet another punt. Another time the ball will be changing hands, and that was close. It's also a matter of figuring out our playbooks. That's the other thing about, on top of having a 2 play call limits, we can only call the same play twice. We also have to use playbooks that match the coordinator's scheme. So it's going to be interesting. He's going to just take the ball from Cam Ward. What is happening? Oh my gosh, Christian McKinney, the redshirt freshman, getting the starting nod at our outside linebacker, and he came in free on that one. Just took the ball right out of Cam Ward's hands and takes that thing all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. What an insane individual effort from Christian. I mean, I feel like this is illegal in multiple states. This man just came in here and just basically mugged Cam Ward. Straight up mugged Cam Ward and just took the ball. I have never even seen that as an animation ever. And like, this guy has to be the happiest man I've ever even seen in this game. I've never seen someone smile so huge. Apparently our defense is going to be what makes us different, because our offense has nothing right now. Nothing at all. So I feel like I want to call those blitzes a little sparingly, since we only have so many of them. Oh, that's a nice quick throw out to the flat. Elijah Arroyo is going to get a few yards, gets about 1. So on second down, he's going to play action fake and throws it to the back. What a move! And he's just going to take this thing all the way. Jacoby George just absolutely demolished this entire defense. What an insane individual effort from him, just making everyone look silly out there. Oh my lord, let's hope our tackling is not that bad for the rest of this season. Jeez, oh my god, he fell on the ground. Well, that did not take long whatsoever for them to tie up this game. Oh my gosh, this guy's really shifty. Whoever is out here, this Cam Perry, he is one of the younger receivers on the team. Redshirt sophomore. He's a lower overall, so hopefully he'll end up developing. But he's not getting the current starting nod, but he is going to be a return man for the season. And we'll try to run it and get absolutely rocked. That is definitely not ideal. Don't know if there are ways to be able to audible anything here. I feel like probably that would be a no. And he is just going to miss him, and he had him for a step. Cade McDonald, the 5th year senior at wide receiver. We definitely had him there, but Brett was just not able to put it on the money. So we'll see if we can maybe hit a little screen play, but not enough. Just so fast. It's the pressure from Simeon Barrow Jr. getting right into Brett's face and forcing yet another punt. Do we even have a first down? Oh my god, the punter got decked. Our punter is down. I think he's needs the medical tent. Alright, well let's see. Can we read option? What's that look like here? No, does not look good. Maybe we get a little red zone scissoring here. Oh, he definitely had him right there. Just cannot hook up. Let me try a little jet touch pass. We just got to get Cade McDonald. Got to get him moving in here. We haven't been able to use him. He's one of our star players. And he'll get the first down. Beautiful running from Cade McDonald. He's looking to be the premier guy for us this year. We've had an unlucky stretch over the last few seasons that every time we find a wide receiver 1, they transfer out. We've had 3 here at Miami of Ohio, and all 3 of them in the recent history have decided to successfully transfer out. So we're hoping Cade McDonald does not do the same thing. Same thing as Javon Tracy. He's also one of the wide receivers that we think could have a solid year for us this year. His brother Kenny Tracy is our backup running back, so we're going to be seeing him in. He's actually in right now, so we might actually be able to see one of his first runs of the season, as he's going to get about 2 yards. Not too much there, but both the Tracy boys are looking to help out our offense quite a bit and see if they can help find a way to move the ball somehow, because we need to find guys who are just going to be that dude for us. Like Reggie Virgil, who makes that catch. He was a different number last year. He changed his number to number 0 over the offseason because he said this is his year. He's going to be the X factor this year, and that's why he changed his number to 0. So we'll see. Is he true about that? Is he correct? He is a junior, so we'd be able to get him back most likely next year, unless he decides to transfer out. But it's a 7-7 game here at the end of the first quarter. We'll get back to Mr. Cade McDonald, and the blocking's terrible. Mr. Keon definitely did not attempt to block at all for our boy there. As we're going to go back to Virgil. Makes it a manageable 3rd and medium. So I'm not 100% sure I like how many guys are on the defensive line right now. We might have a free rusher coming in, so we're going to have to get rid of this ball quick. As we'll drop back and throws over the middle. It is caught, and a first down for Cade McDonald. And we pick up the first down. Beautiful catch from Cade to be able to solidify getting into a 1st and goal situation. We get about a yard. And boy, is this team tough to move the ball against. It is taking forever to get down the field here. 2nd and goal will drop back. Has an open man underneath. It's the tight end, Jack Calderon, for the score. But hold everything here. It is coming back. Oh my God. The holding from John Young is going to negate the touchdown. Holding on the offense is super, super unlucky. That is definitely not what you want to see. We'll try to just go underneath again. And Virgil's going to get a nice gain. 8 yards away now. The question is, what do we like? And I know it's not much. Definitely is not much. And we just run into the left tackle. I'm going to have to settle for a field goal, and I don't like the angle of this field goal. We'll try to kick it up, and it is good. Dom is going to nail the kick. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. And we're going to take the lead 10-7. Miami fans are stunned on both sides, Florida and Ohio. All the Miami fans are stunned right now. We are going to have to play such a perfect game management situation if we want to stay close in this one. Well, boys, I think it's time to send a message. I think we need to send the house at Cam Ward, see if we can force a mistake, as he's going to motion over the tight end, and they're going to be running the ball off to Damian Martinez, who gets stuck behind his own guy, and it's going to be a loss. Damian Martinez really felt like he was going to have a great run there, and instead he kind of gets stuck on a player and ends up not really getting much. Huge run there, though. So this is bringing up a 3rd and 2 situation. Definitely bringing everybody down. Expecting it to be some sort of run, but we can't. Run defense is not good enough, and they're going to get the first. Damian Martinez having himself a good run to continue to move the chains. Oh, we're going to have some sort of illegal contact. Oh, we're not, apparently, and just going to dump it off into the flat. Mark Fletcher, one of those guys getting in on the action. He gets the rock every once in a while whenever Damian needs a little bit of a breather there for the Hurricanes, as he is one of the good players, too. And we keep him out, but Brian Ugwu, I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but he is injured. That is a big injury for us, as he is one of our senior leaders on defense. He's not one of the highest overall guys, but he is our starting end. It's a considerable loss because him and Corey Suttle are kind of supposed to be taking over on the DN spots. And did he not get it? Oh, he did. He ends up getting the first down. I really, for a brief moment, thought he might not have gotten that because he kind of stopped moving. But they'll go play action fake. Throwing it deep to Restrepo, and it's intercepted! A huge interception! And we're going to try to get a return, but not all the way. But Caleb Tubbs gets a huge interception. The redshirt junior is going to pick off Cam Ward in the end zone where they tried to test him deep. He kind of just put a little bit too much air under it and gave Caleb Tubbs more than enough time to get down the field and get the interception. That is one of the first actual big mistakes from Cam Ward that was an unforced error. The problem is not only do we have to capitalize on that, but we have to capitalize with a statement. We need to score a touchdown on this play. Or not this play, but this drive. Good job from Cade getting a few yards. So down to about 2.5 minutes left in the half. Can we use game management skills to get down the field and have a nice drive? As we're going to throw that one to an open guy, and he just missed him. Holy smokes, it was a terrible throw. 3 guys out to a side. Can we hit him? Right there! Fall down? No! The pass was perfect. He threw it right where he wanted it. A nice low throw that should have picked up the first, but he was not able to hold on to it. He had a nice hole in the coverage that we were able to layer that ball perfectly into. Lionel Billups-Williams was the receiver who dropped that one. That is his second drop of the game. All of these drops are definitely going to add up, especially because we had an unforced error on them, and we need to capitalize on that. That is just a coverage sack. There was nobody open. And a huge sack. Oh, that's Ugwu. Came in there and got the sack with the help of Corey Subtle. Subtly sneaking into the pocket and getting the sack. I mean, we have punts for days out here for some reason. This is awesome. What a sack. Another one. Nazir Washington is going to get the sack. It's 3rd and 30. We're not even sending pressure. That was a straight coverage sack for the 2nd time in a row. I'm not a fan of them running a pistol play this far back. I feel like we're just expecting a pass for coverage, but they might just be trying to run to basically just get out of the situation that they're in. But that is not going anywhere. He runs right to Subtle, who brings him down. Definitely could have taken a timeout there for a chance to score before the half, but I'm not super confident in our ability to even get into field goal range. So I don't want to give them extra time if we go 3 and out. Crowd's a little bit quieter right now, kind of giving our guys maybe an opportunity here, and no, he just goes down for the sack. I believe this is where we just take our loss. We don't even snap it here, and we're just going right to the half because we don't want to do anything stupid. We surprisingly are in this game and have a lead 10-7 as we're going to be hopping into the 2nd half of play. And I mean, the O-line is not holding up super well. They held up great last year. They only allowed like barely any sacks. They were one of the highest rated offensive lines in all of college football, to be honest. I mean, their size, they all average 6'6", over 300 pounds. I mean, these guys are mammoths down there on the line, and they really help to provide some protection. Brett Gabbert's not a spring chicken anymore. This is his 6th season. Him right alongside of Jack Calderon, the tight end. They're both playing in their 6th year. Injuries have hampered both of these guys' careers and have led to them still being in college football. So hopefully they can finish out an actual full season. I mean, Brett Gabbert has literally never finished out an actual season. He's never played every game in one season before. So will he make it this time? But we'll be starting out on defense as we kick it away to Miami. Surprisingly, only allowing 7 points. And it was really on just an absolute legend play. It really just had Jacoby George just kind of took over on one of those plays, and that has been the difference maker so far. Otherwise, we have been playing decent coverage against them. As they're going to throw this thing into double coverage deep down the field, and it's intercepted. Another interception. Silas Walters trying to make up for the terrible tackling he had earlier in that exact play that I was just talking about with Jacoby George. He comes up super clutch, getting the interception on Cam Ward. I don't know what Cam Ward is doing right now, as he's thrown his 2nd pick. Not a super huge fan of this playbook, to be honest. We don't have a lot going on. This is going to kind of be tough, especially if we have any shootouts here. Oh, but we have a nice run to the outside, and Mr. Mozzie with a 1st down. Good effort there. Keon Mozzie doing what he needs to do to be able to move the chains. We'll go right back to him, continue to keep rewarding this man. And he's going to fumble the ball. I think he was down, though. I think he was down. I think that's a challengeable play right there. We do not want to have that one stand. Can we see a replay here? Can we get a challenge here. Are you holding on to that ball? Yeah, I think we can win that. Throwing the challenge flag. Let's get the ball back. That guy definitely was down before that ball came out, I believe. So after the review survey says, yes, we are right and we'll retain possession. Might be one of those ones we want Tracy in here for a little bit. Let's get Kenny some carries. Kenny and Keon. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good combo right now. Kind of sounds like, oh my gosh, Cade McDonald down the sideline. E-I, oh my. I don't even know what that was, but wow, that was quite the play. Just getting him in space. I don't think he's the fastest guy in the world, but he's really getting some work in right now. Honestly, the only way we're even moving the ball right now is just off these little screens and little quick plays. Good job out to Keon Mozzie, and he's going to get another good gain. First down, Redhawks. We are driving down the field. I feel like the morale of this Hurricane team is hurt. I don't think they really know what to do right now. They haven't been in this situation. It's normally Georgia Tech that embarrasses them. And that is another flag, another holding. Come on, Will. I don't know if we can just try to do some sort of run up the middle here and get some of this back on the first play. Oh, well, there we go. Good pancake up the middle, allowing us to get 8 yards. I think eventually we'll find a nice little rhythm for what we want to be doing with our stuff. That is a good throw, and he drops it. Oh my gosh, so close to being able to pick up that first down. The throw was there, it just didn't have enough heat on it. So we're going to be under pressure and just barely gets rid of it, and it's going to bring up a 4th down situation and a 52-yard field goal. I don't know about that. This is a tough field goal. Can Dom get it? We've already had one so far today, but this thing is moving. Oh my goodness. There's no shot that we're going to hit this field goal. I mean, we're going to give it a try, but I am not expecting much. Trying to time it up. It's not that bad. Oh, we just missed it right. What a good effort, though, to hit that field. That was a tough one. Now, I think we kind of got to be aggressive here. I feel like we got to send a little bit of pressure because we don't want the morale to switch quickly. And it could if we don't do something to change it here. And or Damian Martinez could just break over a huge run, and they're down to the 50. So a massive run immediately is not exactly what I was going for here. They're going to go right back on the ground. Game it. Oh, no. Not what we're looking for. Another injury, too. Dalvin Ellerby. He's one of the backups, I think, for sure. Don't even know what position he was supposed to be, but okay. Can we bring our guys up a little bit just against this run? I don't really want to press any of these receivers because I don't feel like that's going to be a good thing. Good tackle, 3rd and inches. Surprised we haven't talked about Matt Slopek yet. Matt Slopek is one of the biggest names that we have on this defense. He's the one that we have that's probably going to go to the NFL for sure, because they just easily get the first down there, which is not ideal. We have Matt Slopek, highest rated player on the team, definitely one of the better players we have, and holy speed. Terrible tackling pursuit, but okay. So we'll see what they do quick on a screen, and he gets absolutely leveled from Christian McKinney. You know, is Christian McKinney going to be the story of this defense? Is he going to be our franchise guy? To the outside, and a touchdown for Damian Martinez. Couldn't get anybody over there fast enough, and he just basically walked in for free. That's a nice drive from Miami. Definitely were expecting them to turn it on at some point, and they did not disappoint, I'll tell you that much. Cornerback situation's not ideal, especially in like the tackling situation. You already met Michael Yarborough a little earlier, but Rayon Strader, he's also one of those guys that's supposed to be the next and upcoming thing at the corner spot. He's a true sophomore and already up to an 82 overall. He could also be a staple for this team, but we need to see the progression. We need to see the advancement. I feel like we have to just go with these short plays because We don't have time with some of this other stuff. But that is a nice throw deep. Oh, we just didn't have enough throw power. Not enough throw power is going to hurt. That guy was open, and a little bit more throw power, and that would have been a beauty of a play. Can we get rid of it? No, we tried to scramble out of the pocket and let go of it. We just could not get rid of it. Instead, I think we're just going to go right back to Mr. Cade McDonald. He's been one of the... Oh, the block is terrible. Or else we had a chance. Nope, definitely not what you're looking for, because they score on this possession, and they definitely won the field position battle. But they score on this possession, and this game is all but a lock. Especially the way that morale and motivation is going right now, we need to show up. Ty-wise, he's also... Oh, God. Nope, Jacoby George! Not again! And he did! Another touchdown. Jacoby George with another huge play for Miami. Just explosive. And we are going to have to play against that guy for a long time because... Or no, actually he's a senior. I forgot. I really thought he was younger than that. So I'm glad that he's leaving. I don't want to play him every single year. Cam Ward definitely turning it on a little bit there. I mean, still those 2 interceptions. Kind of not characteristic. He definitely drilled the punter, but that's fine. Yes, that is a double standard. It's fine when we do it. It's not fine when they do it. Yes, I know. All right, Brett. What you got in store for us this time? Good job to Lionel. And there we go, 9 yards. And so far, I mean, this stick concept's been working pretty well for us. We've been moving the chains pretty well using it. Has an open guy, and he underthrew him. Had him and missed him. Not ideal. We'll go to the run game. And it's been reliable enough for us as Mozzie's going to get the first. I mean, can we go slip screen? Does that give us an opportunity to get that thing? No. It does not. Because we couldn't even get past any of the guys. That was just not ideal. Not ideal. We'll do a little motion halfback screen now. Just dump it off into the flat, and we try to just give it to our guy in space. You know, sometimes you just want to try to have your guy make a play. What is this one? This is kind of interesting. 5 wide, where pretty much everybody's going up and doing something. Oh, he had the step, but just not enough time. But pretty much the entire offense at this point, we don't really have anyone coming back other than maybe Javon Tracy and Reggie Virgil, the 2 wide receivers. Those are 2 about the youngest guys that could maybe have some potential on this team. Nice job from Corey Suttle. And Corey Suttle has made a handful of plays so far. That's been pretty nice for us. At the end of the 3rd quarter, this is looking a little bit more like what we thought it was going to look like. 21-10 Miami Hurricanes. We don't even have 100 yards passing. We're averaging less than 3 yards per play. Sheesh. I know one name I haven't heard today, though. Andre Johnson. Calling out this team that he has no relation to. Calling them out and saying that we were going to keep this thing close. I mean, to a degree, we kind of did. So to a degree, he's not wrong. But otherwise, you know, didn't quite work out. Oh my, over the middle. Beautiful pitch and catch. They had him covered to a degree, but can't follow him that far up the field as they are looking to add on to the score. And we should be right there. It doesn't matter. Oh, good tackle again. I believe that was Nazir that got in there, which is super clutch for us because he was really trying to take that thing house. What a quick throw. I mean, Silas Waters can't even get there any faster. And that pass was already thrown. These guys are really clicking right now. Just doing these little dump-offs, and that's about a yard. And another run, and there's a flag. Breaking a tackle and gets the first, but it should be coming back. That is indeed a holding on the offense, so we will be able to push it back, which is nice for us. Not that I think we have a great chance of winning this game or coming back in it, but if they score at all, it's done. That's a fact anyway. Pretty much everybody knows a touchdown here would definitely, or even a field goal, just points in general, would really make this thing tough. Good hit. Oh my gosh. So Silas Walters just made a massive play on their tight end, who actually might have missed a kick, and he did. Wow, that's actually huge. So they come away with nothing after all of that. Silas Walters gets the huge hit on the tight end, forces the incompletion, and then the field goal is a miss. And so now we kind of have our own, oh gosh. Everything was way too long developing. Way too long developing there. That's for sure. Throwing that one. Good play! And it's a huge play from the tight end. Mr. Jack Calderon is going to get a huge gain over the middle, breaking a tackle and keeping the play alive. Now up over 100 yards for Brett Gabbert. Can we continue? Just get it off. No, we needed to wait a half second more. We're trying our best to just get him past the middle linebackers so that we can get that pass in there safely without a chance of there being a pick. Oh, we should have seen that a little earlier. Cade McDonald was wide open underneath.
Sometimes we just have a tendency to look a little bit too far downfield and just don't hit the easy throw. This time that is, oh my gosh, what a terrible throw. Don't know what Brett's doing right now, but he is almost throwing it directly at the linebackers. Fourth down, this is all the money right here and not a shot. Pass rush insane, and that is a turnover on downs. Miami has basically an opportunity to score and end the game as they'll go right to the jet touch. And this man is shifty. Holy smokes. Can anybody tackle this man? He is going all the way downfield for a huge gain to the 36. Wow.
I honestly don't even know what to say. That was such a great run after the handoff on that jet touch. Oh, that was right into double coverage.
I mean, we're not getting any pressure hardly at all unless we blitz the house. And the run game is just free right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go right back to it. But hey, Matt Slopek. That's one of the first times we mentioned his name, I think, today. But he made a great TFL right there to bring up a 3rd and 11. Can Miami convert? It's going to be a screen pass, and there's nobody over there. What a tackle from Michael Yarborough. But all they need now is to make a field goal to pretty much end this game, as they did a nice job of milking some clock. Only 2.5 minutes left. The kick is up, and it is good. And Miami will go up by 3 more.
And so that'll do it. 31-10. They ended up breaking off a run Damian Martinez did at the very end while they were running the clock out because we can't tackle. But, you know, either way, Jacoby George absolutely demolished us basically single-handedly by himself. He was going crazy. Cam Ward then started picking it up in the second half, and Damian Martinez was unstoppable as usual. Their defensive line was just suffocating, and we just did not have time at all to get rid of the ball. And on top of that, their corners were really locking down our receivers. We definitely felt this superior talent, as we were held to 205 yards of total offense. That is not ideal. Cam Ward was 15 for 19. We did get 2 picks off of him, though. But Brett Gabbert, his first game as starting quarterback, 18 for 40. 45% completion percentage, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 199 yards. Definitely had a couple that were close calls that could have been intercepted, though. Running-wise, Keon Mozzie, 12 for 51, 4.2 yard average. Brett Gabbert's getting sacked a bunch of times. Receiving-wise, Reggie Virgil, 7 for 99. He seems like he might be that guy. Him moving to number 0 in the offseason, saying this was his breakout year, he might not be lying. I think he's someone that we need to focus on targeting a little bit more. Same here with Cade McDonald. I liked him after he gets the ball in his hands. I think he's good at making people miss. And I guess that makes sense for him being a little bit of a route runner out there. Keon Mozzie even out of the backfield, 4 catches for 23 yards. Good old Jack Calderon. Nice, huge 27-yard catch. That was such a clutch catch, though. But the 4 drops really killing us, especially Lionel Williams. His drops were huge. Defensively, Eli Blakey, he is the one who led the team in tackles with 8 of them. Silas Walters, he kind of impressed me a little bit with his 7 tackles. 2 TFLs for Corey Suttle and 2 for Ty Wise. 1 sack for Christian McKinney, which was the massive strip sack, fumble, touchdown. That was crazy. Nazir Washington gets a sack. Then we had some half sacks, Dalvin Ellerby, Brian Ugwu, and Corey Suttle getting half a sack. Interceptions from Silas Walters, which was massive, and Caleb Tubbs in the end zone, picking off Cam Ward from them getting another touchdown. We got an upgrade after the shellacking from the Hurricanes, and we're going to use that on secondary. I think we're going to make it easier to scout them and get a little recruiting action bonus to defensive backs since we are going after quite a lot of defensive backs. So we have a bye week this week, and we'll be able to just go right into some more recruiting. Time to check and see on everybody and see how we're doing, as I think we're getting closer to pretty much having our solidified core group that we're going after. Looks like George Estes, we're gaining on him slightly each week, which is perfect. We can just keep the 25 on him. That would be excellent. First place now with Tony Purdom, which is perfect. We have a lot of 4-star wide receivers and nobody really going after like any of these guys. We added Jalen Smith and Eric Fenix last week, so this is the first week of them getting 25 points. Of next week, we're probably going to jump onto their board. This one, though, they're definitely kicking it up a notch, and we weren't that sold on him. Just 91 speed and 85 spec catch. I think he's one that we could drop just because we're not going to have the points for it. So definitely unfortunate, but that's just one of those ones that we have to cut our losses before we stretch ourselves too thin. Because I would love to use these points on some of these other guys to kind of just help actually solidify that we get them. Being able to offer scholarships just to let them passively get interest, even if we can't fully scout them. Sometimes just the passive interest is enough to sign half the guys. Like down here, I almost want to scout this guy because nobody cares about him at all. And North Carolina is barely putting anything on him at all. So we might come back to see that. But Raphael Ramsey, we are still in the heat of it. Getting closer and closer to the top 5 already. We've passed Georgia officially. We're now second on the board, and we are massively outgaining. And we already know 2 of his motivations, proximity to home and program tradition, so we might actually be able to get his hard sell immediately. Same thing over here. The 25 is just keeping us all around the same boat, which is fine. I don't mind slow playing some of them because I just don't have the points to go so hard that I have to put 50 points on every single person. We're a low school, we don't have that luxury right now. Corners, I definitely want to scout first because I don't want any slow ones out there. That run support guy, we're up to first place now on. Nobody's even offered a scholarship, so. And same here. Jaleel Rashad just jumped to first place immediately on this guy from offering that. So I think with the rest of them, we probably just need to start scouting some of these corners. We're just looking for speed. We just need to get a generally faster team. So we'll see. I think we're going to need to probably do a second scout on most, if not all, those guys before we actually make a decision. All right, so moving on to the next week. George Estes getting a little bit closer. We just got to find a way to convince this man to join the squad. Again, improviser, his speed is pretty solid. It's the throw power that we don't like. That's really the only thing we don't like about it. I mean, his break sack could be a little higher also, but all the other things are pretty nice. For a 3-star, he's got Gem, he's got Headstrong and Road Dog, Mobile Deadeye right out the gate. I like where he's somewhat heading. I just don't know if the throw power is going to be our capper at some point in his career. But that's fine, even if he's just a bridge guy for a year or so. But we're looking pretty good over there. We're going to have to start scheduling visits pretty soon here, which is not exactly what we want to hear. But offering some scholarships here. All right, Tony Purdom, he is getting close to that top 8 stage. Same thing here. Eric Fenix for first place in now. Jalen Smith also first place. Awesome. Awesome. Would have to be very interested to start adding even more points onto them, but right now, gaining the 25 apiece is fine with me. But we're first place on Nick Nunes. I'm really tempted to throw points onto this guy just to be able to jump up onto his board. I feel like I should. I feel like I should put 25 points on here. Just find a way to get into the top 8 before North Carolina decides to switch them to 65, 75 points and insta-lock him out of the top 8, and I've just been watching him all season. But D-tackle, we're getting so close. Raphael Ramsey is immediately getting a visit, because if we get a visit off first, and it can be potentially a winnable game, I think we have some somewhat winnable games here in the near-ish future. I know Notre Dame's not the most winnable game in the world, but we do have, I think, at least some out there. I think my question is, if I spend 10 points on him to figure out where roughly he is, being able to then save the 25 points might be worth it. Everything else we're gaining on this guy. We're already up to first place now. I think it's worth spending the 10. We're going to spend 10 points and see where we're at here. So speed, yeah, all the way at the end. So he's definitely someone we're going to want. It's okay. We can allow Illinois to lock us into the top 5 stage. At the rate that this is going, it's going to be a couple more weeks, and maybe we'll get a signing by then and be able to get some of our points back. Right now, we just don't have enough points. We're trying to scout all these guys. We're trying to figure out what we're doing with our life. Walter's so over here about to hit top 8, which would be nice. We can lock out North Carolina down there. Bragg is still free right now, and same with Rashad. So yeah, we're on the road in the rivalry game against Cincinnati in the next video, which is probably also not going to go well. Then we have a road game against Notre Dame. I very easily see us going 0-3 to start this season. Not ideal, but I definitely see us going 0-3 to start the year. I think UMass is the first one that's a potential that we actually could get a win, and it's at home, which is nice. It's kind of, this stinks, having 5 away games out of our first 6. But I think this is the game that we're going to be aiming to put all of our visits on, trying to get a huge following to join us at the UMass game. Otherwise, we have an Ohio game that we could probably get some visits on. But this is where the wins have to start piling in. UMass, then we play Toledo, Eastern Michigan, Ohio, Central Michigan, then ending the season, Ball State, Kent State, Northern Illinois, Bowling Green. But all in all, I mean, the way the season's going so far, it's a little too early to tell. But I mean, we have found some people that we might be able to rely on. I think Cade McDonald was one of those names of one of these guys that I think has potential to be one of the guys that we can kind of rely on as that route runner. We also got Reggie Virgil. He's also one of those guys that I think he is primed to have a breakout season. I do wish that Keon, I mean, he looks so shifty against our team because our team's a bunch of kind of low-key bums, but I wish that he had a little bit better of a showing against Miami. But I don't think we really gave him the best blocking either to be able to facilitate him. I do think that he will absolutely tear up a low-key school. Like, I think he has the potential to do some crazy things with his speed and his agility. So I really don't think offensively we have anyone that has to be worried about a position battle. I think all their jobs are safe at this current moment. Defensively, as we talk about it, I mean, kind of the same thing. I think defense, they just had a tough choice. Like this, it wasn't a good matchup right out the gate to assess how good our team is as a whole, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like we made some really, really great plays, and it kept us in the game significantly longer than I thought. I thought Caleb Tubbs getting an interception was massive. I also thought that Walters, I mean, he had a bad play, and then he made up for it by gaining an interception later. Most of the development that we have, it's all on the defensive side of the ball. Like, that's a non-senior, just Rayon Strader, the corner, our number 1 corner. He is the only one on the whole team that has not normal development, that is not currently a senior. That is how good our future looks right now. I just, don't even know another way to say it, but that is about how good our future looks. So we are definitely going to be needing to build through the recruiting class, and the way the recruiting class is shaping up right now looks kind of solid. I mean, we have a lot of 4-star interest that's actually up to first place in the board already. So if we kind of go off on a little win streak here, get a couple wins, we can then keep them at first place in our board. If we start losing games, we're going to start losing some of those letter grades, and it's going to start to significantly impact us once we get to the letter grades part of it, which is real soon because we're almost the top 5. But next week we'll be playing against the Bearcats, good old Cincinnati rivalry game. Can we get our rivals? I mean, it's going to be on the road, so it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough environment. to play against because they're not an easy team to play on the road either. But we have the potential definitely to have a better game than we did against Miami. But that's going to end it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one here in a little bit when we take down the Bearcats or get absolutely demolished but I'll see you when we take on the Bearcats in Cincinnati. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos.